Hey guys, Thetcglover here, on a video today. Before I start this video, I would just like to give a quick shout out to a friend of mine who he goes to my locals and he was too humble to ask, and he hasn't actually asked me, but I feel like he should get some views and some subscribers. Definitely do click the link on the top right of the screen. Go to his channel, look at his videos, and just comment, that it's a good video if you like it. And definitely do mention my name as well, because I want to wind him up basically. So I want to see if he's gonna give me a thank you or something like that, even though I didn't even ask for it. So anyway, today's video is going to talk about Astral Pack 3. Now, Astral Pack 3 should be coming around September time. It should be in about a month or something like that. So when the new regionals and everything start like that, and the new formats begun, then they'll release a bunch of brand new reprints, and it'd be lovely. The thing is though, for a card to constitute being in the Astral Pack, for instance, a super rare in the Astral Pack generally has to be a card that was a common, and you can't have been reprinted as a holo foil. So it had to be a rare or a common. So if you think, what cards do I want to see in Astral Pack? You have to look at the rarity of the card before you can even consider putting it in the pack at first. It's basically just to bump up cards, and that's it. I picked a nice little list of different cards, not my ideal list, like, oh yeah, if everything was in this thing it would be amazing, but I would say that any of these cards in the list that they come up with would actually be really cool. I would like it, even though I don't even play particular decks, I still think that they're cool cards. And if you feel like there are any cards that you like to see in Astral Pack 3, then definitely do comment down below, and I want to see your opinions, because I think I've missed out quite a few. Anyway, for Ultimates, I thought Vanity's Emptiness would be quite cool, because it was a common short printed, I think, in Starstrike Blast, which was never reprinted. It's a very difficult card to get, and it's quite expensive for being a common, and it's become very played now by a lot of people, and it actually hits decks quite hard, even though I've always said it was a good card. It's just that no one ever listened to me. Yeah, I think it'd be a really cool Ultimate Rare, because it would be such a huge bump, and the card would fetch a lot of money, and also it would bring down the price of the common one. Then we got Madolche Hoot Cake. I thought this would be a cool ultimate to have, because I feel Hoot Cake is a really important card for the deck, even though the rest of the deck isn't ultimate, except for Tiara Misu. I don't know, I just like the idea of a Hoot Cake being ultimate, because you just drop it and then you just shenanigans. It would just be really cool. Abyss Dweller as an ultimate. I feel like Mermails are going to be a force now, and why not make it ultimate? Abyss Dweller, so every time you drop it, it's like super shiny and you win games because it's ultimate. Anyway, apart from the ultimate ones, there were loads of other ultimates I was thinking of choosing from, but I feel like those three are pretty cool. Now we're going to go on to the supers. Now the supers allow you to basically pick a card that you feel like Konami were being way too nice to you about, and then you think this card should have been this rarity because it would have looked much better. And obviously the two obvious ones would be the 5 formation spells, Tenki and Tensu. Tenki being the more obvious one, because everyone has a Tenki, everyone has 20 Tenkis, but what nobody has is a Super Tenki. And a Super Tenki would actually be really amazing. It would be the card that you'd want to pull, because everyone would be playing, not everyone, but a lot of people would be playing 4Xyz 5 Fist, and having two Super Tenkis in your deck is actually pretty cool when you draw it and it's super shiny. I mean, imagine a Super Tenki, it'd look really good, wouldn't it? Just really good. And a Tensu, why not throw that in there as well, because they still run Tensu and it is a good card. And for my personal one, I would love to see King of the Feral Imps as a super. I think they were being way too generous by making it a common in Lord of Attack and Galaxy. I feel like it should have been a super or a rare, probably not even a rare, maybe just a super or an ultra in the first place, because it searches out an entire type of monster that isn't that undersupported. It has quite a few archetypes in itself. So King of the Feral Imps as a super would help my deck hollow out a bit more, and it would also actually give the card what it deserves, because it is actually really good. It's generic and it searches reptiles. Another one is Mecha Phantom Beast Tetherwolf. I picked this one up because I looked at the card when I first saw it and really gave it a thought, and I thought actually it summons a token on normal summon, you tribute the token when you attack, and it goes up to 2500, so you don't even have to do any other cards in hand, it becomes a 2500 for that battle. So I just feel that the card, for being a rare, is actually really weird how it actually turned out being a rare. So they could easily make it a super and the card would not be hated on, because it is really good. It's a really good card for the archetype. And another one is Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Gorilla. I feel like Bear got a lot of people wanting Bear a lot, and the card went up in price a lot, but Gorilla was completely left out. And now that the back row format is now here, where a lot of people are going more heavy on back row, Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Gorilla is now relevant again, in the sense that, you can pop a back row because there are back rows to pop, and then you hit their monster and you search. So Gorilla is a good card. It's not as good as Bear, but Gorilla still deserves to be a super rare in the first place, if Bear can be a super rare reprint and actually be an ultra ultimate rare anyway. And I picked Dark Hole because is Dark Hole. They made MST a super in the starter deck, even though MST was already a super before that. But why not make Dark Hole a really accessible super? Because every time you pull it, it's like the only power card left that you can play. So why not have Dark Hole as a super in the Astral Pack 3? And one of my ones is Imperial Iron War. I love Imperial Iron War. I think it's amazing. And I'm going to make a rulings video when I get back from Brussels. And we'll talk about Imperial Iron War and how it interacts with certain played cards in this format. And I feel like it could be a super because it only came out as a common in the Zombie World structure deck. So Imperial Iron War to be a super would actually be really, really awesome actually, because I like the art of it, and I think it being hollowed out because it has a sky in the picture, I think it'd be really cool to be hollowed out like that. Another one of mine is Viking Avatar Barong. I picked this one because Yaksha is a super, Grunix is an ultra, Flammable Fire Dog has already been made as a super in Astral Pack 2. Wolfbark is a secret. I think there's another card like Bear is, you can play Bear. Blast is going to be secretified, and Barong is the only one being left out. So I feel like a really good card for the deck, Barong being one of the centerpieces of the deck that gets the deck going. Why not make it a super? It makes the whole deck hollowed out, so why not just make that a super and give people what they want? And the last one I picked was Kaiser Colosseum. This card is really old. I don't know what set it came out in, but I'm going to have a picture of it on the screen. And Kaiser Colosseum for Bujins is amazing, okay? It means that your opponent can't go crazy, and against, if you go one-on-one against Yamato, you're probably not going to win the fight. I feel like Kaiser Colosseum has really put in work, as well as Black Garden, but Black Garden's already a super. So with Kaiser Colosseum being a very old common, could easily be made into a super, and a lot of people would like that. So, of course, I'm only talking about ultimates and supers, but there are obviously the whole list of commons that you can get in the set as well. And you can choose, pick cards that you'd want to see reprinted as a common, but to be honest, everyone's going to be after the supers and ultimates, to hollow out their decks and look all flashy and fancy. Comment down below what cards you want to see for supers and ultimates, and I would love to hear your opinions, as I always do. I hope to see you guys soon. I'm probably going to do a vlog of when I'm at Brussels, provided that I have enough space on my memory card. So yeah, and until next time guys, the Thetcglover is out.